For example, if the unemployed are hungry, why don't they eat their own bodies? All that good meat going to waste, it makes me mad.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 exact moments that killed TV shows.
I got it wrong.
Yeah.
I really got it wrong.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're looking at the moments when we completely lost faith in our favourite TV shows. Let us know in the comments which show disappointed you the most. Number 10. The Candyman, Doctor Who. This classic serial was intended to be a parody of Thatcherism, but we bet you don't remember it for its political commentary.
Impolite guests get to feel the back of my candy hat!
No, you'll instead remember the giant sadistic robot, the Candyman, a Doctor Who monster so similar to Bertie Bassett the Licorice Man that Bassett's complained to the BBC. The Candyman is Helen A's executioner, drowning people in hot liquid fondant and cackling while he does.
I'm disappointed in you, Doctor. I expected you to choose your friends more carefully. Still, she won't be a friend much longer, will she?
And many have cited it as an example of Doctor Who deteriorating in quality under John Nathan Turner's stewardship. It was, of course, cancelled for 15 years after the end of the following series.
I'm finding this rather tiresome. Heads or tails, Doctor?
Number 9. Tim Vine leaves, not going out.
Stop the wedding! Tim!
Though not going out is still going strong, and there are now more series without Tim Vine than there are with him, many people still miss the days when he was one of the main characters.
It should be me standing there next to Lee.
No, that's not right.
Oh, it's okay. It's legal nowadays.
He left for the simple reason that he wanted to focus on other things, though he was eventually replaced as Lee's main confidant by Hugh Dennis.
My undying, death-defying love.
But it really does feel like two completely different shows, despite the returning cast members, going back even to before Lee and Lucy got married and left the Docklands flat. Any show that goes on for this long has to reinvent itself at some point, but it was the end of an era when Vine moved on.
You look great.
You don't look so bad yourself.
I am still here, you know.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Number 8. Cilla quitting, Blind Date.
Hello and welcome to this very special live show.
Believe it or not, the final series of Blind Date wasn't actually meant to be its final one at all. Rumours had circulated for a while prior to this that Cilla Black was going to be leaving, with Trisha Goddard supposedly up to replace her at one point, but Cilla denied them.
This is going to be my very, very last series of Blind Date.
And then, during the first live broadcast of a Blind Date episode, she announced her departure, without telling the crew.
Yes, but we've got to make it the biggest and the bettest yet. We're going to do that, aren't we?
Though it had just been restructured to go in this new live direction, this was the final nail in the coffin for a show that had, in most people's eyes, already overstayed its welcome. It had a few short-lived revivals, but this was the end of its golden age. Number 7. Punchgate, Celebrity Big Brother. It was definitely already on its way by this point, and many people had been hoping for Big Brother's cancellation from the moment the first episode aired.
My mind ran away with me. I am a sensitive person, only my family and friends can vouch for that.
But after dozens of controversies, this one has cemented the decision not to bring Celebrity Big Brother back. So far, that is. The issue was that contestant Roxanne Pallett accused fellow housemate Ryan Thomas of punching her, apparently forgetting that they were all on camera 24/7.
In the moment, it felt worse than it was. I can't prove a feeling. I can't show you a feeling.
The public rallied around Thomas, who eventually won, and Pallett's career is still in tatters years later. It'll be better for everyone if Celebrity Big Brother isn't revived.
I massively apologise to not just Ryan, to his family, his friends, his fans, every single person that watched that.
Number 6. Nathan leaves, Misfits. There were, of course, 3 more series of Misfits without Nathan, after Robert Sheehan left in between series 2 and 3.
He's dead.
I heard him. I think he was knocking one out.
That does sound like him.
But many people quit watching entirely after he was gone. They felt that Rudy, played by Joel Gilgun, was a poor replacement, though the two are very different characters.
You should see the looks on your faces. Classic!
Iwan Rheon, Antonia Thomas and Lauren Socha left after Series 3, with Nathan Stewart Jarrett departing halfway through Series 4. By the 5th and final series, none of the original cast remained, and Misfits couldn't carry on.
Were you having a wank in there?
Yeah, so off I was. Man can't enjoy a quick shuffle in his own coffin. It's not like I was expecting visitors.
Though it did reach a natural and satisfying conclusion for those who stuck with it for all those years. Number 5. Ab Fab at 20, Absolutely Fabulous. It's been revived multiple times after its initial 3-series run in the 1990s, but it seems to get worse every time it's brought back from the dead.
Oh! What do you do? Melt one down for glue, trade it in for a goat?
You are so ignorant.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
The 2012 20th anniversary specials weren't well received, to say the least. Though they had plenty of laughs for Patsy and Eddie's most die-hard fans, they weren't a patch on the original episodes.
Eddie? Ed, darling. Did you get my tenor lady pants, darling?
The 2012 Olympic special featured a plot around Patsy no longer being able to control her own bladder and deciding she wanted to leave the partying lifestyle behind, which was perhaps a sign that the show should have ended long ago, when it was at its best.
Oh my God, how can you have missed it? Even coming from the airport, it's everywhere.
Oh, darling, it's been everywhere for 5 bloody years, hasn't it?
Number 4. Everybody Leaves, Spitting Image. An iconic show conceived at the height of Thatcherite Britain, Spitting Image was the UK's satirist-in-chief throughout the 1980s.
Today, yet another hated ex-leader of a discredited regime has been summoned to a show trial.
Get your working class hands off of me!
However, Margaret Thatcher was such a unique figure to mock, and the 80s was such a politically fraught decade, that following her dramatic ousting in 1990, Spitting Image didn't quite know what to do with itself, and it never recovered.
What is your defence? Speak now, O evil ex-ruler.
I do not do any speaking for less than 5,000 quid. Four eyes.
It continued for most of the 90s, but the viewers began to leave, and soon enough, so did the writers. Eventually, so many people quit that ITV had no choice but to cancel it.
Government isn't a charity. The unemployed must learn to eat their own 2 feet.
It was revived in 2020 on BritBox, but in 2023, that version was cancelled as well. Number 3. It Was All a Dream, Crossroads.
Angela, wake up.
Oh, right. Sorry, love.
This popular soap originally ran for over 20 years and was briefly brought back in 2001. But to this day, Crossroads has one of the most infamous endings in the entire history of television. Crossroads went to great lengths to give proper endings to its cast of characters, despite being cancelled for a second time.
That was the weirdest thing. It was like I drifted off to this very strange place.
You are?
However, it's finally revealed that the revived series was, in fact, a dream in the head of Angel Sampson, who's actually called Angela and works in a supermarket.
Maybe some other time.
Maybe. Mr. Sampson.
Bye-bye, Angel.
Even more meta, Angela is a huge fan of Crossroads, which is why she was daydreaming about it. Who knew broccoli could send somebody into such a reverie? Number 2. The Schofield Scandal, This Morning. For years, This Morning has been a titan of British daytime television. Core entertainment for housewives, retirees and people off sick from work, nothing could stop ITV's award-winning magazine show. Except, of course, for a high-profile scandal.
In a statement, Mr. Schofield said he had lied about the relationship to ITV as well as his agents, lawyers and family.
It turned out that Philip Schofield had had an affair with a much younger male runner, ultimately leading to his resignation.
I did have a consensual on-off relationship with a younger male colleague at This Morning.
In the months since, some have speculated that ITV would cancel This Morning entirely, viewing it as too tainted, while rumours about Holly Willoughby jumping ship have been spreading like wildfire. Only time will tell if this morning can eventually recover, or if this is the killing blow.
The relationship, he says, was unwise but not illegal. It is now over.
Number 1. How did Sherlock survive? Sherlock.
It's a trick. Just a magic trick.
The gap between series 2 and 3 of Sherlock felt like an age for fans of the show, with everybody waiting to see how Stephen Moffat would explain Sherlock's miraculous survival after his fall from the roof of St. Bart's.
No, it's obvious. That's how he did it. It's obvious. Derren Brown.
However, Moffat never did explain, and instead spent much of the Series 3 premiere entertaining and then immediately dispelling many of the popular fan theories.
There was a body, it was him. It's definitely him. Ollie Hooper laid him out.
No, she's lying. It was Jim Moriarty's body with a mask on.
A mask?
This was probably all meant in jest, but people couldn't help but take it as a direct mockery of the fan base, the very people who were keeping it alive. The show drastically went downhill after that, with some thinking that Series 4 had a secret extra episode that would redeem it, which it didn't, of course.
2 years and the theories keep getting more stupid. How many more you got for me today?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.